In this video, we are going to be installing the TP-Link Tapo Solar Panel Security Camera Kit. This is an all-in-one kit. It gives you everything you need to create a 3-camera kit home security solution. I'm going to show you how you can save money and not pay cloud storage by introducing your own micro SD card. And we're going to show you everything about installing it, finding a good location, some installation tips, and show you live video, the pinch to zoom, all in 2K video. Then we'll show you the actual video footage you can get, like this dog doing its duty in my backyard. So without further ado, let's begin this review. Hi folks, it's Andy Baryer, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. And if you're in the market for a home security solution, boy, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to be looking at TP-Link's Tapo Solar Panel Security Camera System. Now this kit comes with everything you need for continuous solar charging. That means you never have to charge these cameras provided you have sun. It also works with both Alexa and Google Home. And in terms of the video quality, you're going to get 2K footage, not just 1080p, but 2K QHD. In terms of mounting, there's really 2 ways you can do it. It comes with a mount that allows you to have the solar panel and then the camera underneath. Or in another instance, you might want to have the solar panel in a different area, and then you can mount the camera on somewhere else and tie them together. Here's everything that you get inside of this kit. Like I mentioned, it's everything you need to get up and running. You don't have to have anything else but a screwdriver. You have these kind of holders. This is the mounts that hold both the solar panel and also the camera system. There's the 3 solar panels that do that continuous charging. You also have these caps, and I'll discuss what these mean, but essentially if you want to move the cameras off that mount, you can cap it up. There's the 3 cameras. You'll notice they each come with 3 additional cords. That's because the cameras have micro USB attachments to USB-C. Comes with extra long cords. You're going to need those if you are going to separate the camera from the solar panels. And of course, you have your quick start guide. Even these stickers to help you mount it. I don't think you really need them. I'll discuss why. And then you also have these connections to make sure that everything is waterproof and no moisture gets inside of the camera. Now let's talk about the installation process. Essentially, there's 2 things that you want to do before you do the install. First, you want to charge the cameras, physically charge them and in the wall and make sure that they're 100% before you connect it. Number 2, you're going to need to download the TP-Link Tapo app on your phone because that's where all the install happens. So we're in the app. I'm going to add an outdoor camera, and here you need to specify the model because TP-Link makes a lot of different cameras. From there, you want to press the power button on the camera. It should flash, and then it's going to make the connection to the phone, but then it's going to want you to connect to your Tapo device through Wi-Fi. So you got to switch your Wi-Fi network to the camera, which is going to create its own Wi-Fi network, and that establishes that connection. And then you go back into the app to finish the install. Then it's going to be looking for the camera. It's going to make that connection. And then from there, you're going to be able to assign what your actual Wi-Fi network that you want that camera to work with. You have to remember, you need strong Wi-Fi signals. So if you have any issues, you might want to improve that. You could also name your device. So I'm going to name this the backyard camera because it's going to be monitoring the entire backyard. And then you can actually say where it is. So I'm going to say this is outside and then use an icon. And what's cool is that they actually have icons for those specific models. So you find the one that looks closest to the cameras that you have and select that to complete the install. That's just for one camera, but you would do that essentially for all 3. They want to try to upsell you with the cloud storage, but like we said, we're going to be using the local storage and formatting an external SD card, and that also happens inside of the app. So here we have the camera, and I'm going to open up that flap and install this micro SD card that I purchased. You have to purchase it separately. You can get different sizes, but essentially this is what you do. You take that little thing, it's tiny, it only goes in one way, and then it clicks in. Then you put that flap back on, make sure it's nice and snug so nothing goes inside. Then the actual formatting happens inside of the app. It's going to say it's not formatted. Do you want to format it? You say yes. Inside the app will do that formatting. You don't do it externally. It happens inside of the app. Then it gives you some kind of mounting locations and tips and tricks where not to mount and where to mount. And this kind of helps you determine the area and exactly the space that you're going to mount, because everyone is going to have a different situation when it comes to determining the area that they want to cover and monitor. But for one, you want to monitor side to side rather than straight on. And so that was one of the big takeaways. And the app does a really good job on telling you, what's the best way, and also what's the angle that you want to adjust. So take the time to understand this, because this is going to give you the best kind of view with your camera, and also adjust the angle so that it's straight up. There's a proper way to do this, and you want to make sure that you do it right when you're making that install. Here I'm going to do an install for a camera. It's everything I need. I got the mounting bracket for both the solar panel and the camera. Of course, I have the solar panel and the camera there, but also these other connection pieces and the screws that it came with. And so what I'm going to do is, like, as I mentioned, install this to monitor my backyard. And that's going to happen on the top of my tool shed, which, believe it or not, did get broken into recently. And that's why you see all those crazy cameras and lights. But right on the top, right on that arc on the top, is where I'm going to install that camera system and also the solar panel in one on that mount to be able to monitor the entire backyard. Here I'm mounting that mount that it comes with. And it's pretty easy. It does come with stickers to show you where to put the holes, but I think it's easier to just hold it up there, grab the screws, and then screw it in. And then after that, you just have to attach the other two pieces. Now, this is really important, is these kind of connection pieces that you have, because you want to make sure that no moisture gets inside there. So what you have to do is, when you're installing that cable, make sure that you put those connector pieces on and then install it onto the camera. And that's that extra cord piece that goes from micro USB. Still don't understand why they're using a micro USB, but then the solar panel itself has a USB-C connection. And so there I am installing that USB-C, and it kind of has this rubber flap that you can cover it, because you need to make a really good job to make sure moisture and just any kind of wetness gets into that camera system, because you're going to be having this all year round, winter right to the summer. So you want to make sure you take the time to properly install it and, align the camera and the cords to make sure everything is nice and snug. Now, in that installation example, you'll notice that the solar panel was above the camera, and that's because I'm using that provided mount. But what happens if you need the solar panel to be in one area and the camera in another? Because it could be that you have a lot of shade in one area that you still want to monitor, and then you want to put the solar panel on another side. Well, let me show you what you have to do if you want to separate it off that mount. The camera mount actually unscrews so that you can take it right off. And my handy tip is to take those screws and to screw it right back into that solar panel mount in the event that you change your mind one day. And then once you're done that, you use that cap to put it on top. And now basically it's just a solar panel mount, and you have a camera mount separate. In my case, I'm going to keep everything together onto that single mount so that I have the solar panel on top and the camera on the bottom. So for the second camera, I'm installing this on the side of my house because I want to make sure that I can monitor anybody coming in and out of my backyard. And also I put another one on the top to monitor my driveway. And you can see it way up on the top there, but it's going to give me a perfect view, and there's lots of natural sunlight, so that camera should always stay charged. Now, in terms of the look that it gets inside of the app, this is what I can see. This is a 2K image, and what I love about it is the clarity and the fact that I can pinch and zoom. If I move my smartphone horizontally, I can get a nice clear image of the fence line and also of the driveway. So let's imagine someone is coming onto my property. I have an Airbnb suite, so I have a lot of people coming in and out. As the guest is walking in, they can see that they are being monitored, and then they're going to have to enter the backyard. You see the Airbnb sign, so they know they're in the right place. Now, as they're walking over here, if you look to the right, there's that tool shed. You can see that other camera. That camera is going to be monitoring people. As soon as they get into that backyard, opening up that gate, I'm going to have a 2K image of people coming onto the property. But you'll notice there's another side where people can enter the backyard. And that's where I put the other camera, because if somebody is coming through this gate, and this happens sometimes, even though I say come through the driveway, they'll come from the front come down this side, well, that camera over there is going to be monitoring them. And this is something I really wanted to see. And you can see now in the app that footage that I'm getting. So as a person is entering or leaving my backyard, whether they're coming from the side over here where you can see I have another garden, my pepper garden, if they come around this side, I'm going to have a clear image. I can zoom and pinch. All of that's going to be stored on that micro SD card, but I get that continuity. So as they're coming through, you can see they're going to actually physically see that camera. There will be a spotlight if it is at nighttime. But if they come in and say, you know what, I'm just going to turn right and go straight onto this back deck to get into that Airbnb suite, doesn't matter, I'm still gonna be able to track them because look, as if you look over, you see that tool shed? Well, guess what? There's a camera right there and I can pinch to zoom and get a nice clear view of that deck to watch that continuity of people entering into the backyard. In the event that they turn around and want to exit through the driveway, I can still track their movements, and that camera right on the top on the driveway can watch them exit and also enter, and I can also monitor their vehicles. Now, once you have this camera system set up, at some point in time, you're gonna get footage that you want to save and maybe share to others. This could be the police, it could be for insurance purposes, or maybe just something you wanna share on social media. Let me show you what you do when you capture footage that you wanna save and share. So here I am scrolling through the app and I find some footage that I find interesting. It looks like this dog is dropping a D in my backyard. So maybe the owner didn't clean it up and I wanted to send this to Airbnb. You can hit those three little buttons on the side and click download. It will then download into a folder and you can see that it's accessed. So that footage is now saved onto my phone. From there, I can hit the share button on the bottom and then share it to any kind of apps or email or even airdrop it. Here's the actual footage that I downloaded off my phone. 2K, this great view of this dog dropping a D and then walking over while the owner is looking at it. So thankfully, the owners did clean that up, but I could have used that as evidence if need be. Here's another tip that I have, and that is setting up a detection zone because you don't want to get false alerts, you know, a car driving by and then you're getting a push notification. So you can set up a detection zone, and I want to show you how you can do that right now. So we are looking at the driveway, and the last thing I want is cars to drive by and then myself getting notifications because that's going to happen all day long. So I want to set up a detection zone. I go into the settings and then you want to hit on detection. And here's where you can actually set up your detection zones for different types of notifications or for all of them. So you'll see on the bottom, I'm going to go select to all, and now I'm going to set up that activity zone. And then you can see I can create with these lines by using my fingers. I can draw exactly where I want. When anything happens, you know, in between those lines, that's when I'm going to get a notification. And the way that I'm setting it up right now is that I can have it so that any kind of entrance into my backyard, I will be able to get those notifications. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable motion detection and just do the 3 person, pet, and vehicle detection because all of them create motion. So it's just one less notification. Ever since my tool shed got broken into, I have been looking for a home security solution. And folks, I think I found it with this solution from TP-Link and their Tapo Solar Panel Security Cameras Kit. Because this kit has everything you need. One, you get continuous charging. It has solar panels, so you could always charge your camera. You charge it once during the first install, and hopefully, I don't even think I'm gonna ever have to charge it again. I'm heading into winter. That would be a very interesting thing to see, if it can go through all winter without requiring a physical charge. Number 2 is the cloud storage. All of these other manufacturers are trying to upsell you with cloud storage. What I like about this solution is if you do want the cloud storage and you can afford it, you can get it. However, if you want to have flexibility, you can get third-party micro SD cards, put it into the camera, save all that footage, and still view it inside the app, both remotely and at home, and get a live view. So for me, this is like the perfect camera system. If there was one suggestion I can give TP-Link for future versions, is what they have to do is put some stickers that say that this area is monitored by Tapo security camera systems. I want people to know when they're coming into my Airbnb suite that this area is monitored, not only for their protection, but for mine as well. So if there's any kind of incident, I'm gonna be able to have that footage and I can share it to the appropriate authorities, whether it's Airbnb, the police, or for insurance purposes. So if you're looking for a camera system that's kind of a one and done, this is what you have to check out. It's from TP-Link, the Tapo Solar Panel Security Camera Kit. 100% handy Andy approved. I'm using it in my backyard. I need to get additional cameras so I can get one other side of my house, but one pretty close to having the perfect camera system at home. I need a couple more of these cameras. And that's what's great about it. It's modular. You can add more cameras if need be, but you could start with the kit and these 3 cameras. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this review of TP-Link's Tapo Camera Security Kit System Kit. A lot of words there. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about it, or if you have any other questions? I'm Andy Baryer, Handy Andy, signing out. See you again next time.